Catamounts. We have with us head coach Jonathan Sibis, along with players Jada Burton and AC Carter. We'll have a comment from Coach first and then questions. So if you have a question, just you'll utilize the mic. Coach, the floor is yours.
Thank you. As my first time being a head coach in the Southern Conference tournament, it just, again, thank you. I know this has been an unbelievable, last 7 months for the city and the area of Asheville, and for all the people involved to get this tournament to stay here and continue that tradition. Our hats go off to you. People often ask us how we were affected in Cullowhee, and it's nothing close to what has happened here in Asheville. And we hope that the tournament and the play brings some sense of normalcy to the community, but everything has been first class, from how our student athletes are received, to the playing floor, to the number of people around helping us every single way. I just want to say thank you. We're honored to be a part of the Southern Conference and be able to both have the men's and women's tournaments here. For today's game, I'll say we played 3 down-to-the-wire games against UNCG, and I want to congratulate Coach Patterson and her team for advancing to the semifinals. That being said, I think this year for us at Western Carolina will be a year that we look back and we've built this unbelievable platform to move the program forward. And we have 4 great seniors who played their last game today. And when I say seniors, all in their 5th year of college basketball. I couldn't be more lucky as a head coach to have people who have been here 2 years. Zenoria Cruz was her 5th year. As well as AC Carter just for the 1 year. But all 3 of these games with UNCG came down to the final possessions. Today it was tied at 43. And again, they made a couple more plays than we did at the end. But I'm just really proud of our group. We were able to have so many firsts this year. First time to 10 wins in the non-conference since 1985. First time to 13 wins, in the last 11 years. Wins that haven't happened on the road for 15 years, wins that haven't happened at home for 10 years. Just again, trying to move that forward to as you look at the teams that Kelly Harper had in 2006 through 2009 that won regular season or tournament championships. We understand that there's steps you have to take, but this group that we had, obviously when you play 3 games like that against the number 1 team, you also never had a game less than, we didn't get blown out. We were in every game. And I don't like losing, but you have to understand sometimes you have to become really competitive to be able to move up in the standings. And I couldn't be more proud of what Jada has done in breaking the single season assist record in her last season. What AC Carter has done, being first team All-League by the coaches, the first person in Western Carolina to do that for the women's basketball side since 2011. And that's a credit to their hard work and their dedication. Jada for staying with the program that she first came to, and AC believing the impact that she could have and the position that we felt like she could come in and help us. I'm really, really proud. And again, for me as a head coach, it means the world to know that the buy-in that our program had and we'll be able to use moving forward.
Thank you, Coach. Questions?
Coach, we talked yesterday about how important their limiting their offensive boards would be, but they were successful again. Was that something that was on the execution side, or something that you'll simply have to address in recruiting?
Yeah, I think it's both. I think if you have ever done any research on Coach Summit at Tennessee, when people ask her why were her team such a good rebounding team, she would say you recruit it and you emphasize it. And I think we've talked about it for all 3 games. I thought there was a difference in the first half and the second. In the first half, they had 10 second chance points. We were able to limit that, even though that the rebounding lead grew in the second half. We only gave up 3 second chance points. So again, we talked about in the locker room, Zenoria Cruz has played on the perimeter for 4 years. Now she's having to guard somebody 5 to 6 inches bigger than her, and other people coming up. And again, there's no question. We've talked about at the end in the fourth quarter of all these games, of those 1 or 2 offensive rebounds that somebody gets, that starts at the beginning. They get hungry and they see they can get one, that different people are going to be able to go. And obviously it starts with Cleus Kane being able to do that. But again, I think there's no question, that UNCG recruits to it and they emphasize it, and it's part of, I think, their toughness. I thought, today wasn't AC's best day offensively, but she had 11 rebounds, and she had 7 at halftime, all defensive in there against people bigger than her, finding a way to come down with a defensive rebound.
This is for both the players. The coach had talked about the great year that you've had, both of you staying on. What is your legacy to Western Carolina, to the players that are going to be taking over next year?
I would say this season we definitely made a lot of progress, especially with me coming in my first year at Western. I just really had that trust in my teammates and my coaches, and I think that leaving here, players will trust the coaches now because they're such a good coaching staff when it comes to installing belief and confidence in us. Like Coach Sip said, we had a lot of games where we were down a few points, very capable games, and we just have that fight in us. And I think that that's the type of legacy we want to leave here, is fight. Don't give up on plays, keep playing, and I think that that's something we'll definitely leave behind, is that fight.
Yeah, they changed the culture, and we always started with everything saying together. So we win together, we would lose together. Like she said, our trust is just very, very good with the coaches, and they taught us a lot. And we all just stay on board together and try to push forward.
Another question in the back?
Jada, there at the end of the third quarter, you really caught fire, hitting a couple of threes, and I think the team as a whole had maybe 3 or 4 possessions in a row where you hit a 3, gave up on 2 on the other end, but it's kind of how you chipped away at the lead. Could you just, 3-point shooting, not necessarily your game, you set the program assist record, but what was it like for you in that moment catching fire?
Well, I was just happy I could contribute. We needed it, and they were giving it to me, so I was just letting it go. But other than that, all of us together, we were getting hot, like Chelsea hitting that 3 after I hit the 2, and we had a momentum going, and we just unfortunately couldn't pull it off.
Any other questions from the room? One more in the back.
For AC, you come in for the 1 year, like Coach said, have such a strong impact. How would you assess the 1 year that you spent in Callaway and kind of the state of the program?
It was great. I would say it was the best second shot I could have ever taken. I don't have any regrets making the switch. I love my coaches, I love my teammates, and I'm so grateful for this season. It didn't turn out how we wanted to at the end, but there's so many great moments in our season. We can choose to focus on the bad stuff, but we don't. We focus on all the accomplishments we made, breaking records and doing that as a team. And I think that this year has been great for me. I don't have any regrets of making my choice to come here, and I'm very grateful.
Any other questions from the room? All right, Coach, to you and your players, thank you, and best of luck moving forward.
Thank you.